Namaste everybody and welcome to Dr. Arjun Astrology channel. And today I received an email from one of my clients who wanted to understand the significance of applying tilak with different fingers. Tilak means sacred ash or even Chandan. So in Hindu culture, applying tilak or Bhasma or sacred ash or Chandan is a very important aspect of every religious ritual, and it is a sign of auspiciousness to apply tilak on people. So I said, let me do this video because people do not know, what finger has to be used for applying a sacred ash. So first of all, before I get started, I think we should also know about the significance of the different parts of the different fingers and what they signify before we can really go and delve into understanding what what finger has to be used for applying Chandan or Tilak. Now, it's common to see that applying sandalwood paste or Sindhoor or Kumkum or vermilion that we say, or Vibhuti, which is very common with Shiva devotees. They apply it on the forehead and the middle. Usually it's applied in between, the two eyebrows. And in every puja that you do, you see this. Now, let me talk a little bit about the different aspects of the fingers that and what they represent. Now, when I started also looking at mudras, I've done courses on mudras and rudrakshas. And in this course, I had discussed about the significance of the 5 fingers. Now, each of these fingers have great importance that has been given even in palmistry and also in astrology. Now, first of all, we need to know about the thumb. Now, the thumb is ruled by the planet Mars, and that's why it signifies the Agni Tattva, which means the fire element. And this thumb in Sanskrit is called as Angustha. It shows self-assertiveness and self-assertion. So the thumb is usually said to be the army general of the king. And that's why he's been given this, whenever you give a thumbs up to somebody, it's by saying that, let Mars be, courage be with you. Success or victory is with you. So the thumbs up is a symbol of showing the Martian tendencies of self-assertion. Then we have the index finger. The index finger is associated with Jupiter or Brahaspati. And the element or the tattva which is associated with is Vayu tattva, the air element. And in Sanskrit, this finger is called as Tarjani. And this shows your self-worth. It also shows advisory skills, and it shows direction in your life. And he is representing, Jupiter usually represents the prime minister of the king, and usually he's the one who advises. So this finger is called as the index finger because we usually use this finger to index or to show the direction. So he, as a prime minister, Jupiter, he shows the direction to the king. He guides him. He talks about strategies, and he looks at, saying this is the direction we should be heading in. So this finger is a representation of Jupiter and Vayu Tattva, or the air element. Then the middle finger. The middle finger is associated with Saturn, and that's why in many countries, flashing the middle finger can be derogatory as well. Now, it is associated with the Akash Tattva, which is ether element, and in Sanskrit, this finger is called as Madhyama. Madhyama means it shows duty and responsibility. Okay, then the next finger, which is the ring finger. The ring finger is said to be associated with Apollo or Surya or the sun god, because at the mount we see is the Surya Parvat, or the mount of the sun is seen at the base of the index finger. So this finger is associated with Prithvi Tattva, which is the earth element. And in Sanskrit, the name of this finger is called as Anamika. And this finger strongly represents relationships. And that's why we see this finger is called as the ring finger, because this is for when a relationship is fortified. It shows that you wear a ring onto your, either the left hand or to your right hand. So your wedding ring is usually worn here. That's why it's called the ring finger, and it shows a very strong relationship or a bond that you are wanting to create in your life. The fifth finger is the little finger, the pinky. It's associated with Mercury. And this finger is associated with Jala Tattva. Jala Tattva means water element. And in Sanskrit, this finger is called as Kanishtha. Kanishtha is also represents your communication. So many a times people would use this finger for specific stones to be worn for calming your, your mind, and also to deal with, giving you grounding ability, and also helping you with your communication. Now, let's go to understanding what finger represents and what is the significance when you're going to apply tilak, or what we call a sacred ash, or Chandan, or Sindhoor, or Kumkum. Now, many people don't even know which finger to be used. Why? Because they always get confused, and you see many people using various fingers. But let me start with talking about the most important finger, which is usually used for auspicious events. It is the ring finger. Okay, this finger is very important, and this finger is usually used because applying tilak with this finger is supposed to bring peace, and applying also when the sunrise is happening, it is supposed to be a very smooth day, and that's why people would usually get up, shower up, before their prayers. They apply tilak, or they apply sandalwood paste, because it keeps your mind very calm and helps you to focus throughout the day. Okay, so traditionally this finger has been always used because this finger shows, I said, the amount of sun is here. Sun shows vitality, stability, and also gives you peace of mind. So this is usually the finger that you should be using when you're wanting to apply tilak for somebody who is coming in and you wish peace for them. Secondly, this is the only finger that you should use when you're applying tilak to photos or statues of Hindu gods and goddesses. Okay, and usually using this finger, it is believed that if you place this finger in, in your Ajna chakra, your third eye chakra, okay, and you meditate, before, when you apply the tilak for some time, it really energizes and it helps you to face the day's karmas. Okay, so the next is the middle finger that you usually use to apply because you want to wish long life and stability for somebody. Okay, so usually the middle finger is generally used to apply tilak for people who are like saints, and also because it shows protection, because Jupiter, Saturn, middle finger is associated with Saturn, and Saturn usually shows stability and structure. So this finger is usually used to grant long life, and usually they say use this finger to apply to any saintly people who come to your house, or elderly people when you're applying tilak. Usually the younger ones, they are applied tilak. But if you are going to apply tilak to anybody who's elder to you, always use your middle finger. Okay, your madhyama. Then let's come to the thumb. Now, applying tilak with the thumb is usually, the Angustha is said to give you strength, and it represents Mars. So traditionally, the thumb was used as a way to apply tilak for somebody who is going for a battlefield. So the army general, as I said, all the five fingers have representations. I said, the thumb, I'll repeat again, the thumb is the army general. The index finger is the prime minister. The middle finger, Madhyama, is the bodyguard of the king. The ring finger is the king himself. And then Mercury, which is the little finger, is the crown prince. So whenever anybody used to go for a battlefield in India, it was like they take the sword or a dagger and they take the blood, and with the blood they say Vijayi Bhava. Vijayi Bhava means May you be very successful and come victorious from this battle. Now, in today's times, this finger is usually used also by people who want to go for competitive examinations. And usually when people go for examinations or a school test or something, the mother or anybody can use this finger to say, okay, let success be with you. Or people who are going to far off destinations, or for work or for study or anything. So you give them protection and you say, give them strength. This finger can also be used to somebody to apply the tilak for somebody who is sick, and applying sandalwood on a patient's forehead, or the prasad that you get from any temple that is there, you can apply it on anybody who is wanting strength in their life. So that will definitely nurse them and bring them into good health. So this can be used specific purposes only, the thumb. Then we come to applying tilak with the index finger. Now, the base of the index finger, I said, is associated with Jupiter, and Jupiter usually gives you immortality and moksha karaka as well. And this index finger is called as Tarjani, and Tarjani is, if you desire that somebody wants to attain moksha, then only you should use the index finger to apply tilak to anybody, because this signifies that somebody who wants to come to an end of their journey in life in this world, then you would use your index finger. Otherwise you would never use your index finger. So this finger typically needs to be used when you have to apply tilak onto a dead body. Usually in India, it's a practice of applying tilak on the dead bodies before they're taken to the crematorium. And this will help them that this person whom you apply the tilak breaks away from the cycle of life of death and attains moksha or salvation. So that is the purpose of applying tilak with your index finger. Now, also what I want to say is applying tilak with the index fingers on other occasions is considered very inauspicious. Okay. Also, when you're applying, tilak to photographs of the departed souls or your ancestors, then obviously you will use the index finger. Besides that, for all other purposes, generally we try to avoid using the index finger. Now, some of the key tips that I would also give you when applying tilak is tilak is usually applied, as I said, in between your eyebrows. It's called as the Ajna chakra. It is the third eye chakra. So that is a very good point where you can actually activate by applying tilak. Usually in the times when it's very hot, using Chandan is very beneficial. Chandan is sandalwood. White sandalwood paste can be made, and people apply it, and that's supposed to be very, very beneficial. Women who want to apply bindi or want to apply something, then usually we recommend them that they would use the ring finger, because that brings peace to the brain and the mind. Okay, so these are some of the tips that I wanted to give you with, because I've seen many people use various fingers in applying tilak, but today you would probably know much better why the Hindus used specific fingers for specific occasions, and it's inauspicious to use interchangeably the fingers. So if you're in a doubt, the best thing is to use the ring finger to apply tilak for somebody, because that represents peace. So just to summarize again, I say use this finger only for moksha or for attainment. So it is Jupiter. So for somebody who wants to break from the cycle of life, so you usually use on dead bodies or to the photographs of people who have departed. Okay. The middle finger is used for the sadhus and for somebody who wants to be given stability and responsibility also. The ring finger is usually used for giving peace of mind, and the thumb is usually used for giving strength and victory. The little finger doesn't have any significance when it comes to applying tilak. So thank you for watching my videos, and if you've liked it, please leave a comment below so that I can respond to your comments. Thank you very much.